What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Real quick unbox video, guys, and I mean like real quick unbox video because everybody's getting up around here and nobody has any respect for anybody. So let me go ahead and get in here and get this unbox video done, and hopefully we can get it done without any yelling going on in the background. So what we have is the 80mm Scorpion, Super Scorpion from Freewing Motion RC. I'm not going to know until I get into it, but it's showing two motor types here, and it's saying new over here. So I'm guessing that this is what used to be in it, which is a 3530 1750 kV brushless motor. And I'm guessing that now it's a 3665. I'm not sure exactly. Is the 3665, is that the length? I don't know. I'm not sure. 1750 brushless motor. This looks like their traditional motor that they usually use. This short one here, and this one's a tad bit longer. Like I said, I won't know until I get into it and look at it. It does come with a 12-bladed EDF fan unit and an 80-amp ESC with a 5-amp BEC. I went ahead and got the Super Scorpion, one of the ones on my list. Check it off, it's gone, but it wasn't my first choice. My first choice was the 80mm Avanti. I believe it has the same exact power setup, except it comes with a 100-amp ESC. So, and I believe it, all of it, because I've seen a couple of those Avantis at my flying field. Eddie has one. A couple of the other guys there as well. Sorry I didn't remember. Sorry if I can't remember your name. I'll be sure that the next time I mention you guys in the video, I got your names down. Eddie's is an absolutely amazing jet. I've seen him fly it at the flying field. I actually put a video up of that. So you guys can go ahead and check that out. That's Eddie the Ace from our flying field. He is our flying instructor, and one hell of a pilot, you guys. I wish I had half the skill that he does. But here we go. Let's go through these specs real quick. Those are not the specs. Where are my specs? Oh, here we go. Specs. So 6S battery. Takeoff weight 2,300 grams, 81.1 ounces. Thrust 2,600 grams, 91.8 ounces. So what that's telling me right now is that my thrust to weight ratio, I have more thrust to weight. That's good. That's a good thing. Now this might be the version that we have here. Battery upgraded version. Takeoff weight 2365, 2,365 grams, 83.4 ounces. Thrust 31 grams, 3,100 grams, 109.4 ounces. I believe that's the version that we have here. That is the I almost want to say that that's the only version that they're selling of this now. This version is obsolete. This version is what they're going right now. So you have, this would be like your version 1, and this is the version 2, and that's what we're unboxing right now. So let's get into it and let's get it done quick, because I hear feet. So first wing half, let's get it out. First thing I've noticed just by opening the box and looking at everything is just how smooth the finish is on this one in comparison to some of the other ones that I've gotten, and just how nice it looks overall. This is white, and usually you see like you'll see like the foam, but at first glance, if you look at it, you can't really see. There are some areas like that where it shows up more, but as far as out here on the wing, I mean, for shit's sakes, man, you can't even tell if that's foam. Which is not my. It's not a big deal to me. That's not why I got into this hobby. This hobby for me is about flying and then sharing my opinion with you guys. So once we get this thing put together, we'll pull those landing gear down, and I'm going to show you just how nice the landing gear on this. They're all trailing links. So trailing link landing gear. So absolutely amazing landing gear. for grass fields, which is what I usually take off on. Before I get any further into this, I did order a part. I'm just going to share that with you real quick. So my front hub for my FMS P47, well, let's just say you don't want to nose these things over too much. The FMS P47, this is just a little tip for anybody that has one or anyone that's using this style hub. All it's going to take is 1 or 2 times knocking that prop off the ground, and you're going to be dealing with buying a new one of these. What I suggest is don't nose it over. Don't nose it over, especially when you got that throttle up quite a bit. I guess the only good thing I could say about this is only an $11 part, and it comes with a new hub, or a new spinner. You're not going to break the fan blades or the prop blades. You're not going to break the prop. This plastic is going to break and crack and give way before you actually snap a prop. So I guess that's the only good thing I saw about that. But yeah, that's it. That's the FMS part that I bought. I'm really missing flying my P47 right now, and I'm really missing flying it. So I really can't wait to get that thing back up in here. I was having a lot of fun with it before I noticed that I needed to do that. I was actually getting ready to fly it one day with a guy standing there, and he was really looking forward to it. And I was like, you know, man, I really can't put this up in the air. Look at this. This hub is really busted up. And I'm gonna do a video on that, and I'll show you guys that. I'll show you how it broke and what's broke on it. But the other wing half, dual servos, flap aileron. The flaps on this are they're not as they're not as small as I thought they were going to be. They're actually pretty sizey for a flap on a sport jet. If I remember correctly, I believe that we're not even considering these flaps on these sport jets. They're more or less called an air brake, I believe Eddie said. Some of them come with flaps, and some of them are really considered an air brake. On this particular one, they look like flaps, but I might even want to consider them air brakes. As you can see, they have all of the decals put on these for you right from the factory, and it's a nice decal set that they put on this. I mean, it's just completely finished. All we're gonna have to do is throw some screws in this thing, dude, and it's gonna be done. So dual rudders, I like that. The F14 has dual rudders, and you get a lot of authority out of those rudders when you dual them up like this. This is just a very pretty paint job. It's very clear, and the decals on this thing are, like I said, just second to none. If you do want to go ahead and buy some different decals for your sport jets, I watch a fellow online, and I think his name's Vince or something like that. He's an old-timer, veteran, Green Bay Packers fan. Excuse me, I had some Aaron Rodgers in my throat. But he's a Green Bay Packers fan, nice guy, and he suggests going through a company called B&E Graphics. So if you guys want to get some cool graphics for your planes, I suggest hitting up B&E Graphics and getting yourself a nice little sheet of graphics for your airplane. But enough of that, and enough of things, and back to the unbox here. So it's a double layered box. Of course, that's the way most of these 80 mils come. They come as a dual box because they can't obviously fit everything in the same box in the top half. So that's the way it goes, guys. All right, so let's flip this off. Alright, now we're into it. Here we go. Alright, so from what I've read, there's minimal gluing on this. There's not a lot of gluing at all. Some of these things right here, like they didn't glue this on. I wonder if they're not gluing these things on nowadays because they do have a 3D printed workshop now for Motion RC, and you can actually get these parts 3D printed to look like the actual thruster. here it is. Okay, so these are my elevators. Wow, those are sizey. They look smaller in the video. Obviously, everything looks smaller in the video. We've gone over that before in a couple of my videos. But these are my elevators. They're similar to the F14 style, where they have a pin that slides through, and there's a full flying elevator. So, some people don't like that style. I don't mind it. You just got to make sure that you get in there and tighten up that point before you fly every time, and just make sure it's tight, because if you don't, you're going to regret it right away if that thing decides to loosen up and fall off, and then you're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle and a boat. So got our hardware kit, a couple of Ys in there. It looks like that's a try for the landing gear. That's exactly what that is. That is a three-headed, colors a three-headed monster. That is the three-ended piece for your landing gear. All right, I'm gonna pull this. I typically don't like two-seater jets either. I don't know why. It's like, what's the big deal? Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is with me. I like single pilot, single engine fighters. Don't know why. Just two. The F14. That's one that I bought because it's so iconic. But that's a two-pilot, two-engine plane as well. The Warthog is a one-person pilot or one-pilot plane, but it's a twin-engine. My obvious reasons I bought the Warthog. Again, iconic. This Super Scorpion has always been in my back pocket, as far as, like, you know, something that I want. But I wanted the Abani so bad, and it's just been out of stock for, I mean, Jesus, what are we going on, a month and a half now? It's been out of stock, and they're coming out with this new color scheme, and I had already placed the order when I saw that for this one. But this is one off the bucket list. I mean, this is one that I wanted to get. So I'm not disappointed with my decision. Would I rather have the Abani? Yes, of course I'd rather have the Abani, but the Super Scorpion is going to do just fine, I believe. Let me get this out of the package and we'll get back in here. Alright, so I was just looking in here at this motor, and I don't know, you guys, I think this is the 13, or the, what was it again? I think it's the 3530 1700 kV, because it doesn't have the length to be the other one. Like, the other one would be like this long. This one's a kind of a short one. So I think it's the same one that's in the F86 Sabre. I think it's the same power system in this that's in the Sabre, but this is lighter than the Sabre, and I believe this one's actually putting out more thrust than the Sabre. But don't quote me on that. I'll look into it, put it in the comments below. But yeah, guys, it looks really nice. The paint job's better than most that you get, and it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, and that's good, because the big planes are kind of getting annoying because there's no place to put them, and when you go to store them in your car to bring them to a flying field, they get all dung up and banged up, like my P-47 right now. I can't even look at that thing because it's so beat up just from transporting it. But excessive amounts of room in the battery bay here. EC5 connector. This is going to be a pretty simple put together, guys. It's going to go together pretty smoothly, I bet. But that's it for now, guys. I'm not going to get into putting this together now. I got shit to do right now. So I'm going to go figure out what we're doing for the day. And I will put this bad boy together later on tonight after my son's football practice. And yeah, boy, she is pretty, man. She is a pretty plane. She's pretty. I can't wait to put it together and see what she looks like all put together. The graphics on this thing are really nice. I'm digging the graphics. I was looking at the Taft hobby 90 millimeter one. For half the price, I got this one. And I bet you this thing's going to fly and move around just as nice as that Taft Hobby Super Scorpion. So, yeah, guys, that's it. Sorry it's not the Avani. That's what I wanted to have. This unbox video was supposed to be for the Avani, but that's okay. We'll save that one for another day. This is the Freewing Super Scorpion 80 millimeter Motion RC. As Pilot Ryan would say, get yours. I'm out of here, guys. Dave's RC. Peace.